Today we're down to the pumpkin stand. Today's the day. Hopefully we'll be opening up by the end of the day.
So the best bait for freaking skunks is sweet and salty granola bars. Worst part of the pumpkin stand is lugging all these pumpkins around.
White birch bark, mullein tea, goldenrod, white pine needle.
Strong. Wow. That's burning my eyeballs.
Here we go. Well, welcome to the Beaver Retriever channel. We're bringing along, showing you some of my lifestyle. And today we're working on my pumpkin signs for my pumpkin stand I'm trying to open up. Let's see how this goes. My other sign came out pretty good, so this should work. Yeah, that's coming out good. Alright, so now all we have to do is the back side of one of them signs, because it's going to be a double-sided sign, and we'll do that later. But right now we're going to go apple picking with family. My parents and my brother, we all go apple picking every year. For my mother to make her apple sauces and apple pies. These freaking apples are good. There's so many apples, crazy. Them are a different kind. We're picking Macintosh today. So mother likes for apple pies and applesauce. But yeah, there's some nice apples all through here. Big orchard here. Been coming here every year for a long time. I got a few bags of apples. There's freaking so many apples, crazy. Takes what, 10 minutes? So back to sign making. So this one here, we're writing cheap pumpkins. For sale, 1 mile. Yeah, so this really stands out being flat lettering on an orange sign. Definitely works good. Yeah, that ain't bad. We're done. Yeah, today we're down to the pumpkin stand. Today's the day. Hopefully we'll be opening up by the end of the day. But I gotta try to clean out the bench here, so I got a portable air tank here. I'm just gonna blow it all out. It works a lot better than the broom. Now we're gonna make some dividers inside the bench here. I got some 1x4s because we're gonna have 2 different size maple syrup jugs. Then we'll have my tea steepers. Then we'll have 7 different bins for my teas. And then the other side I plan on doing like birch bark and probably just birch bark. I can have a couple sections of birch bark squares and strips. And yeah, I hope this all works out. I've been busting my ass at this. Yeah, working on my teas now. Got chaga chunks, chaga ground, white birch bark, mullein tea, goldenrod, white pine needle, and raspberry. So that's a good selection. Hopefully they can't just choose one. They end up choosing on one of each. I mean, that's $2.50 a piece for them. So nice. I think that came out nice. We're gonna organize them out a little better, and then that'll be done. So now we're gonna try to write on the front here. And yesterday I started, but I messed up. I didn't have a straight line. So I actually used my chainsaw this morning and use it like an eraser and erase that. We're gonna use this board as a straight line. So we're gonna write maple syrup, tea steepers, and then each kind of tea all in front of them all. Time consuming, but at least I only have to do this once. Should be good for next year. Alright, now we're gonna try to write wild teas underneath all my teas there. Yeah, we're getting there. I'll tell you what. I'm going to be the first one to give myself a tip. A $2 tip, we're going in there. I think that's funny. So we got the last of my labels already. We're just going to screw them to the front here where they need to be. And put up my hay sign. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll start grabbing pumpkins. Fill these 2 little areas here with pumpkins. We got my good pumpkins we'll put here. Normal, regular, $3 pumpkins. And any special pumpkins I've written into, or white pumpkins, or very large pumpkins are going in the $6 area. I put a lot of effort into this. Usually I don't put
any effort into my pumpkin sales in the fall. I usually have them at my brother's house. Usually sell them all. I sold probably about 400 pumpkins last year. So this year I got twice as much, but I put 3 times the effort into this freaking stand and advertising and everything else. So should pay off. I think that'll be good enough. So I'm gonna go down through and put all my signs on. Yeah, so I got all my birch poles, everything over here, all labeled. Always price labeled wise. Got my pay here box. I got all my birch bark. All labeled. All the labels have an orange ring around them, so they should be able to see the prices. Maple syrup, wild teas. I even got a chart here of herbal tea benefits and brewing guide. And I'll give away one of them with any purchase of a tea. So, no, tells you all about them. It tells you the benefits of them and how to brew them. So that's pretty cool. Painted hay bales, regular hay bales. Today's the day we're gonna start harvesting some pumpkins. So I got a little trailer here, a couple boxes on there. We're gonna start bringing them down to the farm stand. Got some nice ones too. Look at them all. That's a nice pumpkin. Got some white ones. Look at them all down there. There's a good group of them all down through there. Got my snippers here. Just gonna snip the stem right off. Nice, nice pumpkins. Very nice pumpkin. This is a nice pumpkin. Look at that pumpkin. Nice. Alright, I'm going to fill up these 2 bins and go bring them down to the pumpkin stand. First batch of pumpkins is picked. Who's gonna go with that? Pumpkins like this one are going into my $6 thing. That one, this one, any of the real big, nice pumpkins, I'm gonna ask $6 for. What's a nice white pumpkin? This is probably the worst part of the pumpkin stand, is lugging all these pumpkins around. Just, I wish it wasn't in my parents' front field. Like, I wish we had a field down here and I did a self-serve pick your own. Like, they could go out there and pick their own damn pumpkins out of the field for the same price. So, and but we don't want to do that in front of the parents' house. The little dog will be barking all the time, and we just keep people down here. So someday I might turn this up here. I might turn next to my sugar shack. It's my sugar shack right there. I might turn that into a field, back into a field. It once was a field, and have a pumpkin patch down here. And then we can do your self-serve over there, pick your own, and also still have all my teas and anything else I want to sell on this side of the road. Well, I already got one downfall. It's freaking kind of on a little bit of a slope there, so some of my pumpkins are trying to roll down. So that kind of shitty, but we're gonna make do with it. Just hopefully when people are picking up pumpkins, they're not like rolling all over the place. And next year I'll try to get out here with the tractor or some sort of equipment and flatten this off better. Make this better. This is the first year at it. We're gonna figure it all out, and next year we'll improve it. Load 2 picked. That's pretty cool. That's a lot of pumpkins. So this is like a childhood dream of mine. Was I always wanted to grow a big pumpkin patch, and I tried when I was a little kid. So over there, right there on the other side of our driveway there, when I was a little kid, I tried growing pumpkins. And I had pie plates up trying to keep the deer out and stuff, and it was only like a 50 by 50 little patch. It wasn't very big. I grew a couple, never succeeded, never tried hard enough. I was only a kid, maybe 14, 15, 16 years old. So here I am, almost 40. My dreams come true. I've been doing pumpkins for probably the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years now. So this will be the best year yet. So that's pretty cool. So my dream has come true. I'm getting freaking loads of pumpkins out of the pumpkin patch. And this is actually going to pay for my trip to Alaska. Is what's the coolest part of all this, is I'm saving all the money I make from any bit of this farm stand, and it's getting saved to go to Alaska. So I'm hoping for about like $4 grand, and I would head up for Alaska, no problem with $4 grand. So stay tuned. That'll be a cool adventure to show on YouTube here. So I'm planning on leaving on a Sunday, since it's the first day of my blog, and that way hopefully I can make it in about 7 days. Last time I made it in 8 days, and I went down to Montana and up to Alaska through Canada. This time I'm headed from Maine straight across Canada, right straight to Alaska. So that should cut off some time, definitely. Hey, we got my sign out here on the main road, so hopefully they see that. And I got another sign up there in front of the truck pointing them up my road, 'cause my road goes up and around that way. So hopefully we sell some pumpkins. So we're down to the pumpkin stand this morning, first night after being open, and we sold some pumpkins. There's a few slots missing, so let's check the money box, see what we got on the first night. We got money. What we got 15, 25, $27. We're not going to restock any pumpkins just yet. We're going to let them use up what's there. Alright, today we're headed down into the hunting spot. We're going to check game camera. Been down in here for probably a week or better now. Here's the hunting spot. Been working on this spot for many years. Got a nice apple tree here. A few apples left on it. A tree stand right there. Hopefully this is where I get my deer this year. So, got game camera right on the apple tree right there. And I did seed it in, which I see it coming up. The stuff right here, oats. I planted oats here. That's an oat. So the oats coming up. That's nice. They love them oats when it gets cooler out. Looks like the turkeys might have ate all the seed there. Let's see what's on that camera. Hopefully some nice deer. So we got 290 photos to go through. So we're gonna quickly scan through them and see. Looks like a lot of them are just wind. Oh, we had something at nighttime, but I don't see it. There's a deer. After daylight though. Can't hunt at nighttime around here. She's loving the apples from that tree. Oh baby. Oh, where's your mom? There's mom. Probably watching her tongue. You're gonna choke on it. Still ain't got it down, huh? Chew, this is awful chewy. That's funny. Coyote coming in and eating some apples too. And this deer comes right back in. Go, drop that apple. Busted. When I was up working at the pumpkin stand, look who's down at the hunting spot. Mr. Boss freaking Dog. Yeah, busted again. You've been hanging out down there at the hunting spot while I've been up there at the pumpkin stand. That's about a 10-yard shot. Tree stands up to the right there. Mama and a baby. Mowing down. Nice looking deer. There's a culprit of the seed eater. He's out there eating my oat seed that didn't come up. Yeah, 2 of them. Eating all my freaking oat seeds. You're welcome. Yeah, that's a nice looking deer. Busted again. Every time I was at the pumpkin stand, he runs down to the hunting spot. Yeah, so at least there's some deer showing up. Just no big bucks yet, but eventually we'll start seeing some bucks on that camera. So at least we're seeing some doe, and we're seeing them in the daytime. So hopefully in 2 weeks when I start bow hunting, a couple days into it, hopefully get my deer. That'd be nice. On to the pumpkin stand again. It's next day. Looks like I sold quite a few pumpkins yesterday. There's a lot missing. So nice. And a bunch missing out of that one side too. Let's see just how much we made yesterday. Oh, look at all the money today. $151. Holy shit. That's way more than I thought I was going to get on opening day. So I've sold 1 white birch, 2 mullins, what was the other one? I think and 1 raspberry leaf tea. So people are trying the teas. Oh yeah, and the syrup sold. Forgot about that. Still nothing else, right? Yeah.
Nice. That's a pretty good day. First batch of pumpkins. I picked a batch last night to bring down here this morning, so we're gonna put them out. I think I got 2 big ones and the rest will go into the regular slots. But I like pumpkins that look just like that. Little short ones, got good ribs to it. That's a nice pumpkin. We got a lot of pumpkins to pick out here. We barely put a hurting on this patch here. We've already put down there 144 pumpkins is what we've put down to the farm stand already, and I haven't even put a dent in it, so I think I'm definitely going to have over 1,000 pumpkins. I kept thinking I was going to have around 1,000, but after just doing this a little bit, I think I'm going to have over 1,000. And they're moving, so we're going to keep that place stocked right up every day. Nice little one. I'm trying to pick a variety when I'm up here. It's not completely ripe, but it still got time to ripen. There's another load. That's what, 32 pumpkins there. So I'm gonna hammer down, get these offloaded, and possibly set up a game camera just in case I do have some thieving. Maybe I'll catch them in the act or something and be able to bust them. Keep something happen and not have some possible way of figuring out what the hell happened. Yeah, pumpkin stand is restocked up. Today we got called to do a skunk job, so I'm setting up a couple of live traps here. We're gonna go trap a skunk. So putting some pieces of wood on top of the trap. Since it's raining out today, I don't want the skunks to be wet and all irritated. And I'll show up with a sheet, and I'll just drape a sheet over this after I catch the skunk. Carry him off, dispatch him, and extract the essence out of him. I want some skunk smell. Alright, I'm going to test the trap, make sure it's going to work properly. Works perfect. Oh yeah. Alright, trap's ready. Yeah, so the best bait for freaking skunks is sweet and salty granola bars. These things, couldn't believe it. An old timer taught me this back when I first started trapping, and I use this on skunks, raccoons, woodchucks, and porcupines. It works great. Sweet and salty Nature Valley granola bar. Best freaking bait I've had yet. Never caught a cat, never caught anything but my target with these, so that works pretty good. So make sure to try sweet and salty granola bars if you ever have to trap a skunk. Alright, we're gonna put this trap right down on the side of this guy's lawn right here. I think this will work. Alright, we're just gonna give him a little bit of bait out here in front. It's kind of like the teaser, but don't give them too much so they fill up. Get a couple pieces in the back there by behind the trigger. One thing I've learned is to clear all the debris out beside it, so when I drape the sheet over it, it goes over nicely. And for a while there, I was just leaving the sheet right on it as I set them right now, but they ended up like pulling the sheet inside the cage and make a freaking mess of it. So I'm just gonna do it like this, and we'll just drape a sheet over the front of it. It is set too. This is where I caught one last time. I set this place up. You actually see what it's trying to dig underneath the freaking thing there. So I think it's living right there. So we should catch them in that trap right there. So we'll check these tomorrow morning. Alright, we're gonna head down and check them 2 skunk traps. So hopefully we got me a skunk this morning. Alright, moment of truth. Oh, the door is down. I think we got a skunk. I see the tail of a skunk. Nice, we got a skunk. Sweet. Now I gotta try to cover that up and carry him out of here. I got a tarp. I got a tarp today. Try to slide that over that nice and easily. There's a skunk. Right there. We're gonna carry it just like this and go slow. Try not to get sprayed, right? Alright, we grabbed my other trap from down here. We're gonna set that one right here. So coming back down here with that trap after I get the skunk out of it, we're just gonna set this one. We'll be back tomorrow. That worked pretty good right there. Right now we're gonna go try to recover up that skunk a little better and strap it down so it don't freaking fall off the back of my truck. And we'll dispatch them, probably wait a little bit, and then we'll skin it. The tarp's just not quite big enough, but we're gonna try draping it over a little better without the skunk seeing me. Yeah, it's not sprayed yet, so that is good. I wish I brought a bigger freaking tarp or a bigger sheet now. That one's like just barely long enough. Yeah, some sweet and salty granola bars works every time, like quickly. I've even had it to a point where I set my trap. It wasn't even home, and the customer was already calling me saying I had the skunk in my traps. Back in the day, I used to do a lot more skunk trapping. Now this will be the first one I've done in a couple of years now. So today's the day. We're gonna starting to take the cab off. So got my father out here helping me. We got all the cab mounts off. He's working on the radiator. I'm taking the wires off the back of it right now. And don't know if we'll be lifting it off today, but tomorrow we definitely should be lifting it off. Yeah, we got most of everything unhooked, so tomorrow morning we can undo a few brake lines, a few more wires, and I think we'll be ready to pull the cab off. Alright, we're going to skin that skunk from this morning. Do it right here in the woodshed. Hopefully not hit them freaking glands. I just ripped the freaking bone off. I'm going to fuck with the tail later. When I go to put it on the board, we'll fuck with the tail. Yeah. Saves so much skinning right there. Yeah, genuine skunk skin. We're just gonna roll that up right now. I'll get a gallon Ziploc baggie. I need to fit that in. Put it right in the freezer. We're headed down and check that skunk trap again today. And since I don't have my truck, I got my father's four-wheeler here and a little trailer here. We'll go see if we caught another skunk. If not, we can grab that other trap and see if the landowner's home there and get paid. My trap set off today with nothing in it. So I'm gonna go grab some bait and rebeat it. Yeah, well, I ended up setting my other trap. I'd put my other trap in my wagon there, so we ended up setting the other one, and I noticed there was a rock that was down underneath the door. So the door wasn't able to fall all the way down, so that skunk was able to just go right back out. It has to go all the way down for it to lock down. So that skunk got lucky, and hopefully he's hungry enough and he goes back into them. So definitely another skunk left though. So we set up 2 traps there, so make sure to stay tuned in next week and you'll see if what I catch, because today's Saturday. We're all ready to pull the cab off today, so we're hooking up the strap. Man, this thing's being a freaking bitch. Just the cab mount bolts, the collar inside the rubber was all frozen and stuff, but we finally got it, so we're gonna try picking it up and see what happens. You gotta hook differently in the front. Yeah. Eventually we'll get it. Well, we're getting it. Just had to loosen up the steering a little more, take the bolt all the way out, and it just popped right up. So we double check and make sure everything's unhooked and keep going up. Yeah, we got the freaking cab off the frame, so wasn't that a mission today? That freaking cab is heavy, so I thought the chain fall was going to do a little better than it did, but it did it, so that's all that matters. So make sure to stay tuned in next week, since today's Saturday, it's the last day of this week's vlog, so next week you'll see me take a transmission, motor, front end, rear end, and put it in the other frame, and then we'll drop this cab right back onto the other frame. Put the bumpers back on, bed back on, and I'll have my truck back. Kind of lost without my truck. I'm going to try to extract that skunk essence without getting it all over me. I bet I stink like skunk for a few days. tomorrow, hopefully catch some of the other skunk. And we'll get some more skunk essence. I'm going to take and try to poke a hole in it and squirt it into that best I can. Probably not going to work. Some coming out, but not much. There's one. Wow, that's fucking strong. Wow, that's burning my eyeballs. A little bit of this stuff goes a long ways. I'm going to be using it martin trapping this winter. So that's done. Wow, that's fucking strong. Just a little bit. I'm just going to leave it right in this jug right out here. And next time I go shopping, I'll buy some Vaseline and we'll melt some Vaseline down and put that into the Vaseline. Well, thanks for watching. Make sure to stay tuned in next week for more adventures with the Beaver Retriever.